Welcome back to Mountain Connections. April is Child Sexual Abuse Prevention Month, and experts recommend that you have a hot chocolate talk with your child. What is that and how can it help? We have more information about that right now.
April is Child Sexual Abuse Prevention Month. Many parents know it's important to talk with their children about sexual abuse, but aren't sure what to say or when to say it. Dr. Tia Kim of the advocacy group Committee for Children can help. She's here with us today. Dr. Kim, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me and shedding light on such a really important topic.
Tell me more about this Hot Chocolate Talk campaign.
Sure. Our Hot Chocolate Talk campaign kicks off on April 1st, which is also the start of National Child Abuse Prevention Month. It's an awareness campaign for families to understand the importance of having personal safety conversations to prevent child sexual abuse. And we at Committee for Children understand that this conversation can be really hard to start and kind of scary and uncomfortable. And so we wanted to provide resources through our campaign that are free, that you could find on hotchocolatetalk.com, that provide really great research-based strategies and tips, and most importantly, conversation starters on how to get this really important discussion started in your family.
It can be really hard to find the right words and find those just normal everyday moments to talk with kids about their safety, but that's what's so important.
Yes, definitely. And one way that I think is easy to normalize the conversation, strategies that I used with my own kids as they were growing up, is to think about in your family, where can I integrate these conversations that seem pretty seamless within our daily family routines. So when my kids were really young, we talked about it at bath time. When they got a little bit older, we talked about it during our bedtime routine when I was tucking them in. My older child now is a teenager, so we might have these conversations sitting in the car where we don't have to be face to face, because of course, what male teenager wants to talk about these conversations looking at his mother.
And I've heard that child sexual abuse prevention right now during the COVID-19 pandemic has been even more challenging. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, I think one thing that makes it challenging is that a whole group of mandated reporters, which are educators, haven't really been seeing their students this past year because many of them have been remote. But I think it just highlights again that prevention is so important, regardless of whether or not we're in a pandemic or not, because what we do know is that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 20 boys will be sexually abused before the age of 18. And oftentimes these cases can be underreported, so the prevalence rates can be even higher. So it just highlights again the importance of families to start to have these conversations with their kids.
And as the VP of Education Research and Impact at Committee for Children, you provided some great guides with research-based language and age-appropriate tips to help families. Tell me more about these guides and how we can access them.
Yeah, we can find all the guides, which are free, on our website, which is hotchocolatetalk.com. And I think you highlighted such a great asset about these guides is that we've broken them down by different age groups, because how you talk to a toddler, for instance, is really different than how you might talk to someone who's 12 or 13. And so we provide really developmentally appropriate tips and strategies on how to get these conversations started, regardless of the age of your child.
And Dr. Kim, why have you decided to dedicate so much of your career to this in particular?
I think child sexual abuse, definitely if you see the prevalence rates is something that is happening. And I firmly believe in prevention as helping the rates go down. So again, a really important research-based prevention tool is to have families, particularly parents and caregivers, start to have these conversations with their children.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Tia Kim, for joining us today on Park City Television, encouraging us to have the Hot Chocolate Talk this April and to help prevent child sexual abuse.
Thank you.